So the theme for today is coming home, coming home to the breath specifically. Just sort of I guess all my meditations since New Year's, since the New Year's that most people celebrate, have been sort of basics, um, beginning anew. So coming home is in the same frame of mind, I think, just to really try to get the basics right. So the basics of breathing. And I'd like to think that the most basic thing about breathing I've been thinking about recently is this idea, nothing to do, nowhere to go. This idea that things are okay as they are. Well, I may want to change them, but let's say they're okay for today. That just the intention here would be, as best we can, not to try to change anything, but just follow the breath. So I'm going to start us off with a couple of bells. And let's start with an invitation to allow your eyelids to close or to just have a gentle gaze at something neutral a little bit in front of you. And why don't we do what we can to let the breathing be as effortless as possible. So checking the shape of your spine, and if you'd like to arch the spine or straighten the spine a little bit, that would be okay, or you could leave it. And let's notice the muscles in the belly. Are they relaxed so that the breath can easily fill even into the bottoms of the lungs? Okay, great. Now let's just bring some attention to the breathing. And notice any inclination that the breathing should be different. But if we can, just letting the breath be as it is. If we can, just relaxing into the breathing that's here right now. No need to change it at all. If you notice an inclination to change the breathing, Perhaps you feel it's too rapid. Perhaps you feel it's too shallow. Perhaps it doesn't fit your personal ideal of the moment. If you notice an inclination like that, seeing what it would be like to just let that inclination be there, but not necessarily act on it. Seeing if it's possible to have effortless breathing, breathing that just happens. Perhaps checking into the muscles of the belly, and if it's possible to let them relax so the belly can swell and shrink as we breathe in and breathe out. So we can do that easily, and we can access the fullness of our lungs. If we notice a lot of thoughts or emotions or impulses coming in, perfectly fine. We can make a note of them if you want, so that you can come back to them later, or maybe they're important. But just gently escorting, just gently inviting the attention back to the breath. And as I said, if the thoughts are strong, that's okay. Then letting them be part of the experience. Know where to go, nothing to do, just sitting here, breathing. If you'd like, maybe bringing some attention to noticing the in-breaths separately from the out-breaths. If you'd like to bring even more attention to the breathing, perhaps opening yourself to hearing the sound of your breathing. Perhaps noticing any challenges to this coming home to the breath and just being here without any agenda for change or making things better. Maybe making a mental note of any challenges that might come in with that sense of just everything's okay right now. I'm just going to be here now with my breath. Nothing to change, nothing to strive for. What's that like? Anything of interest to notice in your breaths? Any sense of boredom or impulses to action coming out of this simple meditation which contains no urges to change? We'll end in about 2 minutes. So just noticing anything that comes in to awareness with that thought.